It probably shouldn't come as a surprise that one of the things most guys struggle with when they're trying to improve their dating lives is a mindset problem. Because they need to make the shift from seeing themselves as a guy who never approaches women to seeing themselves as a guy who does. And I don't just mean the act of talking to women, I mean really self-identifying as a man who just does those things. And if I use myself as a perfect example, I see myself as a guy who goes to gym and works out. And because I see myself that way, I don't have to work to push myself to go to gym. I don't wake up in the morning and think, oh crap, I have to go to gym today. I just do it. It doesn't require mental effort to do it. And I know a lot of guys struggle to go to the gym and get healthy. And one of the reasons is they don't see themselves as someone who does that. So every day they know they have to go to the gym, they're thinking, oh, I have to do this. I'm not someone who usually does this, so I need to push myself to do it. And most of you guys watching don't see yourselves as men who truly do approach women. You may be trying to take the actions, but you don't internally see yourselves that way. But you can change this. And I want to talk to you today about two very real things you need to change in your lives to shift the way that you identify as a man. So I want to start by making a comparison that you won't see very often. I want to compare dating to dieting. No, not dying, although I'm pretty sure it may feel that way sometimes. Dieting, as in losing weight. You see, millions and millions and millions of hours have been spent researching dieting. More importantly, why some people start to diet and fail. In fact, most people, well over 50%, fail a diet within 4 weeks for women, 6 weeks for men. And why others succeed. What are the real things that make a true difference? And we do really understand what is the difference between those who fail and those who succeed at diets. And the reasons are eerily similar to those who I see failing when they're trying to learn to be more successful with women. And really, it's about dabbling. You see, most people, when they decide they want to lose weight, what they do is they say, I'm going to go on a diet. It's a temporary thing that I'm going to do. It's a shift that I'm going to push into my life. I'm just going to forcefully eat more healthy food in my lifestyle as it exists right now. And sure enough, the first day they wake up and they force themselves to eat something healthy rather than something unhealthy. And they're at work, and when they go out to lunch, they force themselves to go to the cafe that has the better food or to order the more healthy item on the menu. But over time, these people, they find themselves constantly trying to force a new way of eating into a lifestyle that wasn't designed to be healthy in the first place. And because they both see it as temporary and they're trying to just force it into an existing lifestyle, you are constantly trying to use your willpower to force yourself to eat healthily. And those people are the ones who fail. And that's how most people approach dieting. The people who succeed at dieting, instead what they do is they make an entire change to their lifestyle. They don't say, I'm going on a diet. They say, I'm going to create a more healthy lifestyle for myself. Right? So everything about the way that they plan their days, even about sometimes the friends and the people they hang out with and the activities they elect to do, is now changed so that it is a lifestyle that accommodates a healthy way of eating and living. And likewise, it is very much the same for guys wanting to learn to be better with women. Very often guys see this as I'm just going to sort of try to cram meeting women into a lifestyle that was not built to accommodate it, to make it easy to meet women. And so what happens is they'll have activities in their lives, they'll have social obligations, they'll have friends who are married, they'll have friends who don't want to go out and meet women. They will cram a weekend here and there in. They'll cram like a Saturday night or a Saturday day or a Sunday day in occasionally, wherever they can find the space for it, to go out and approach women. But that's hard because it takes willpower. Every time you're like, oh, I've got to try to talk to women this weekend and go out and meet women, because you're trying to force a behavior into a lifestyle that's built for a different type of behavior. Instead, what you really, really need to do is you need to start to create a whole new lifestyle, one in which, in this new lifestyle, you are a guy who is regularly meeting women. And I don't just mean randomly approaching women, because I don't think that's for everyone. I mean, you have a lifestyle where you have hobbies, you have interests, you have a social life that will regularly get you in the path of new women, that will regularly have you meeting new people, making new social connections repeatedly over and over and over again. This is a single lifestyle. So this is a lifestyle where you are doing activities like I'm doing salsa dancing, and where you're doing, I don't know, rock climbing or meditation or yoga or photography or whatever it is. You're actively doing things where you're meeting new people. You're part of communities with single people in them. You have friends. You are making friends who are single. You are making friends who want to meet women, because you're creating a lifestyle for yourself where you don't have to force yourself. You have other people inviting you out. You have things that you just go to every week because they're part of the life that you now live. And when you really make that change, what's really important is this helps to change the way that you see yourself, your self-identity. Because if you live a life that is a single lifestyle, it is way easier to see yourself as a guy who meets and dates new women regularly, because your lifestyle has changed. And so you will adapt to that new lifestyle, and your self-perception will adapt rapidly along with it. But there's another thing, and this is in some ways insidious because it gets talked about a lot less than lifestyle shifts. And that's this. First of all, picture someone who's overweight. And they're not just overweight now. They've been overweight their entire lives. They were overweight as kids, they were overweight as teenagers, and now they're overweight as adults. And they've decided that they want to lose weight. This is a very hard step to take, because you've never had the experience of once having been slim to know what it feels like to be healthier, right? So all of a sudden they have to adopt a way of existing that has never been real for them. And that's very hard because there's nothing to visualize. There's nothing to hold on to. There's no experience that you can go, well, I know what this is like. I just need to do that again. Right? So people who were once healthy and slim and in shape find it much easier to get back into that space because they don't need to, they can visualize, they know what it feels like. And likewise, if you're a guy who has never had any success with women, you've never felt in your life at any point like you could do well with women, then it's very hard to believe, it's very hard to connect with the fact that this could be a reality for you, because it's never been a reality in the past. And this is really where immersion comes in. This is where you really need to do something that's going to force you to experience what that is like. And this is where people like professional coaches for people who are overweight, who want to get into shape, and dating coaches like myself come in. Because if you are someone who really doesn't deep down believe that they're the kind of guy who can do this, because you've got all these emotional mental barriers, because you've never experienced what that's actually like, you've never experienced that it's a thing that you actually can do and can have in your life. So you come out with me, what happens is over a weekend, I'm holding your hand, metaphorically, not physically, but I'm holding your hand, pushing you through all of these experiences that you are creating for yourself, but I'm there to push you, to show you, to help massage it into place. And you will actually experience having women flirt with you, because now I've told you what to say. I've helped you have these interactions where women are flirting back with you. Wow, women can flirt with you. Wow, women can give you their phone number in a bar. Wow, you can approach a woman waiting at the bus stop and she could be excited to meet you and want to meet you and go on a date with you and get to know with you. These things can actually happen to you. And when you have these very real experiences with a coach, like myself, for example, in a boot camp, you then know you have these tangible real life experiences that have blown the roof off of those limiting beliefs that you had. So then you go from there, and then you create a lifestyle that's a dating lifestyle for yourself. Your self-perception will change. You will stop seeing yourself as the guy who women don't like. Deep down, you know that gnawing feeling, even though you try to tell yourself it's not true. We all have that. I had that gnawing feeling of women don't really like me. Even though she liked me, that's a fluke, right? It sticks with you for a while. But when you have that lifestyle and you've had those experiences, that's how we change how we see ourselves. And then that's how we change the way women react to us. And we don't give up on developing the skills necessary to make that a common reality. So if you guys live in Australia, I'm running boot camps in Sydney and Gold Coast. If you live in Europe, you should definitely check out my Europe boot camp. I'll put links for all of those down below, because the Australian boot camps are in July and the European ones in August. But even if you're outside of these areas, if you are someone who knows that you have these very limiting beliefs about how you see yourself because you haven't had the right experiences in life, then I highly recommend you find a coach, whether it's me or whether it's someone else. This is the very first step, because if you live with that roof over your head that you can't really visualize, you don't know what that looks and feels like, it is very hard to adopt a new lifestyle and actually start manifesting those results for yourself. So guys, I hope the weight of what I've been saying really sinks in, because I watch way too many guys fail in their dating lives because they're still living the lifestyle of a guy who doesn't meet women, who doesn't go on dates with women. At the same time, they're trying to cram in like a round peg into a square hole the activities of a guy who does, right? And their self-perception as a result never changes. And they constantly feel like they're forcing themselves to have to meet women, as opposed to just meeting women as part of their regular lifestyle without conscious effort. That's really critical, and it's something that I hope has become apparent from today's video. As always, guys, if you've loved this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the video. If you want to check out one of my upcoming boot camps the next month or two, check out my links below. As always, if you like this video, I look forward to seeing you in my future videos. Take care and have a fantastic week.